Good evening, and thank you for joining us. We are going to begin tonight right here in Switzerland, where just hours from now, President Biden will face off with Russia's Vladimir Putin in what may be the most consequential and contentious showdown of his presidency. Now, sources tell CBS News Mr. Biden arrives at his first summit with the Russian leader with clear eyes and low expectations. Relations between the U.S. and Russia have all but broken down, and tonight the White House says there's little hope for a major breakthrough. Instead, President Biden plans to call on Mr. Putin to cooperate on the world stage and call him out for covert attacks and cyber crimes targeting American commerce and democracy. At another summit with Russia held right here 35 years ago, Ronald Reagan said he would trust but verify. Well, tonight, in a sign of how much has changed between these two countries, Mr. Biden now says he will insist on verifying before ever trusting Vladimir Putin. CBS's Ed O'Keefe is also here with reporting on one of the topics expected to be addressed tomorrow, those Americans being held prisoner in Moscow. But first, CBS's Nancy Cordes is here traveling with the president and is going to lead off our coverage. Good evening, Nancy.
Nora, everything we are going to see at this summit here tomorrow is going to be highly choreographed. The Americans leaving as little to chance as possible in order to avoid surprises. In fact, Presidents Biden and Putin won't even share a meal, even though they'll be sitting together in a room for hours. President Biden says he's going into this summit with full European support.
We're committed to the same democratic norms and institutions. And they are increasingly under attack.
He didn't say bye Russia, but it's clear that's what he meant. In a provocatively timed move this week, the Russian Navy began conducting exercises with ships and long-range bombers just 300 to 500 miles west of Hawaii. Tomorrow's summit will take place at this 18th century villa on Lake Geneva. Presidents Putin and Biden will both be greeted by the Swiss president, who will make remarks and then leave. The two leaders will then be joined by one advisor each and an interpreter. They'll meet for a while as a small group, and then the summit will open up to 4 more aides from each side. All told, the meetings could last 4 to 5 hours.
I'm going to make clear to President Putin that there are areas where we can cooperate if he chooses.
Unlike President Trump's summit in 2018, President Biden will never be alone with President Putin, and he won't hold a joint press conference with Putin afterwards. Mr. Biden plans to press Putin on the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the poisoning and jailing of dissidents like Alexei Navalny, and the recent cyber attacks on U.S. businesses.
Companies are concerned about it.
I asked Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo today about Putin's claim that there's no evidence the hackers are based in Russia.
I think we all know that that isn't true. There is plenty of proof that a number of cyber attacks in the past few years have come from Russia, and the president, I think, will take that up with him when they meet tomorrow.
Nancy is back with us. So, Nancy, White House sources say they don't expect any big breakthroughs. But what are they hoping to accomplish?
Well, White House aides told us today what they really want is for both sides to come away with a clearer understanding of where their national interests do align, where they can work together, and the start of a plan for how to do that. They also want Mr. Putin to understand exactly how President Biden is going to respond if Russia threatens the national interest again.
So much at stake. Nancy Cordes, thank you.